I'm not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for Life in the UK test, part 462 by doing morning stretching. And if you participate in the morning stretching, let's sit down. Now, in the last video we had done James II, at least the time when he was on the throne. Now we're going to do the Glorious Revolution. We already had it all, the ideas now. We're going to learn in the next 2-3 minutes all what we have to the Glorious Revolution. When we shoot that in another video, we're just going to save it down, and people can then go and look for a video about the Glorious Revolution, and then there I'm telling in a minute what all happened. And we could relearn it again. Okay. In 1685, James II inherited the throne, and James II was otherwise. I'm trying to rehearse a bit, so I'm talking a little bit different right now. And differently to his predecessor, Charles II, he was Catholic. Now, and the people feared that the next king had to be, or would be again a Catholic. So, we invited again a Catholic. But James II had 2 Protestantistic daughters. And the eldest daughter, Mary, of the Catholic James II, was married to the Protestantistic William of Orange, the king, or the ruler of the Netherlands. I think I'm going to say king if it's wrong. It was not a king. It's easier for people to understand. I don't think that's a big problem. And it was probably the king. The ruler of the Netherlands. So in the year 1688, they invited William of Orange into England to invade England. And William of Orange, who was Protestant, probably wasn't in here. Yes, he was Protestant, wasn't he? To invade England. And that happened without any fighting, because he was married to Mary. And now, Mary and William of Orange started to rule Britain together. James II, the Catholic, he fled to Europe. And William of Orange became William III in England, Wales, and Ireland. Second was gonna. That here with a constitutional monarchy, that is part of that a bit. But they hadn't included that, and I would not really include that. And it is also a year later. In the year later, the Bill of Rights was done, which confirmed the rights of Parliament against monarchy, and also said that all following kings and queens had to be Protestant. That's the thing. James II, he tried to regain the throne, and he landed in Ireland with the help of the French army, But he was then in the Battle of Boyne, 1690, in the Battle of Boyne, defeated. He fled them back again. It were restrictions placed. The Roman Catholic Church was restricted, and Irish Catholics were unable to take part in the government. And there were restrictions placed on the Roman Catholic Church, and Irish Catholics were unable to take part in the government. Another rebellion in support of James in Scotland was defeated at the Battle of Killiecrankie, so Boyne and Killiecrankie, Scotland, Killiecrankie. But it was also defeated by William II's troops. William I's troops and William II's army. And all the Scottish clans were required to accept William as the king by an oath. He's ruled together with Mary. Is there no another simplification here? memory of this massacre of a McDonald's of cancer who didn't want to take the oath meant some Scots distrusted the new government. The memory, yes, the memory itself, that is meant. But we're saying we remember it, means we distrust. Okay. And some believe that he was still the rightful king, but people still wanting to have him or his followers. We can add that when known as Jacobites, where I had said this probably later. So the time is short. We tried. So we started the second camera, and then I'm going to try to save the one. James II was on the throne in England. He was a Protestant. He had inherited the throne in 1685 from his brother Charles II, who was a Protestant. Did I say Protestant? In the year 1685, the Catholic James II inherited the throne from his Protestantistic brother Charles II. He had two daughters, the oldest one Mary, and they were both Protestantistic. So he was a Catholic, his daughter's Protestantistic. Then his wife got a son, and now the people feared that his son, or the son, I still don't know if it's his son. In the year 1688, was it 1688? In the year 1688, James II was ruling Britain. He was a Catholic. His predecessor, Charles II, was a Protestant, and also his two daughters were Protestant, the oldest one Mary. So the people thought the next king or queen going to be a Protestant because of his two Protestantistic daughters. But the wife of the Catholic James II got a son, and now the people feared the next king might be a Catholic again. So it happened the following. Mary, his eldest daughter, was a Protestant, and she was married to the ruler of the Netherlands, William of Orange, who was also a Protestant. So they saw the opportunity, and they invited William of Orange to invade England. And what did William of Orange then do? And that happened without any resistance. He could just come in there. He was married to Mary, the Protestantistic eldest daughter of James II. And that is the glorious revolution, because he could come just in and got onto the throne, and he was now ruling together with Mary, the eldest daughter of James II, the Catholic James II. Then there was a Bill of Rights in 1689, and that confirmed the rights of the Parliament to the monarchy, and it was also said every following king or queen has to be a Protestant. James II, he had fled to Europe. He then tried it with the help of the French army to invade Ireland, but he was defeated at the Battle of Boyne, and he then fled back to France. And also in Scotland there was a rebellion, and it was also defeated in the Battle of Killiecrankie. Some Scottish clans kept to distrust the new government, but they all had to take an oath to now accept William III as the new king. And the people supporting James still in Scotland are called Jacobites. And that is according to the Life in UK Test Handbook, page 31 and 32. And in English they are called Jacobites. But it is... we take it as if you don't have time left. I think I'm on the anyway. No one has really understood it. And it's not completely wrong. It has the name in the other languages. That's meant. Now, that was with Glorious Revolution. We will do in the next video maybe something to James II again. If you just forget here or something similar, the Bill of Rights, then you can go directly to the next part. We will do now the morning stretching. I think if you participate in that, let's sit on this. Next is sending a bit of a shoulder for quite apart. We're going back, up, in front, and down. double backwards. I don't even know how they're pronounced. So much is the difference to know how it's pronounced, or to use the name in another language. And now, the next exercise, we are breathing in, lifting the shoulders up. And again in, shoulders up. And out. And again in, shoulders up. And out. And again in, shoulders up. And out. Again in. And out. And now the arms up. Below the apple plucker, reaching high, pretending to take an apple, hanging high on an apple branch, and do harvest 20 apples. Last two. Now we shift up. Next, up to a T, we're breathing in. And out. I'm shifting just with the upper part of the body over to one side. Again, in into the middle. And out over to the other leg. In into the middle. Out over to the other leg. And again, in into the middle. Out over to the other leg. Again, in. The last round. Again, in. And out. Again in. And out, we're leaning onto our knees. We're breathing in. And out, we're doing the buffalo fighting its hanger. Bring one shoulder in front. Again in, the shoulder back. Out, the shoulder in front. In the shoulder back. Out, the shoulder in front. In the shoulder back. Out, the shoulder in front. And breathing in, and out, and we're hanging down. And breathing in, out over to our leg. Breathing in, out over to the other leg. Again in, out into the middle. Breathing in. Out, we come slowly round back up, making it the top backwards. Sure. The garden pose, we're also burning to the outside. We're having an underlimb space between our heels. We're bringing in and lifting the shoulders up and the arms up. And out, and we're sinking down, placing the elbow seconds inside of our knees. And we're breathing in and straightening up the back. And out, and we're coming up. Breathing in. And out and down. And breathing in straight up the back. And out and again with the back up. Breathing in. Out and again down. Now breathe in. Out, we're coming slowly in one straight line now. And the next exercise, the seahorse pose. Have a good standing leg, the other leg with the heel on top of the knees of a standing leg. Do this only if you can do it without to injure yourself. We're breathing in and out, and we're going down. We're not going to ask in the test for which clan was massacred because they didn't want to take the oath. Well, it would be the McDonald's of QEUCAKOQ. Okay, we actually try to learn the McDonald's of QEUCAKOQ. Glencoe, Glenso, the McDonald's. We're changing the leg. Okay, and the other thing, it are the Jacobites, or Jacobites, or Jacobs. And are the McDonald's of QEUCAKOQ, and the other ones are the Jacobites. Can't really imagine that it's Jacobites. Jacobites. Last exercise. We are breathing in, going down. And out. In, last one. Out. Breathe in and close the legs. And out. So it is the McDonald's clan of QEUCAKOQ and the Jacobites. I thank you very much and until the next time.